And welcome to the Learn and Love Together podcast.
Welcome.
We have two wonderful guests with us today. We have the Sanders.
Introducing the wonderful, the extravagant, the handsome, the lovable, Mr. Loverman himself, Darrell Sanders.
And introducing the one and only, the love of my life, Fallon Laverne Sanders.
Fallon Laverne Sanders. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Thank y'all for having us.
We're excited about today.
Definitely.
You guys are familiar with the show Learn and Love Together. Of course, as you know, we're newlyweds. So our purpose is to interview married couples that have been in the game a long time and can help us and everyone else viewing get through, just day-to-day life. So, because we do know marriage is work. The greatest, most rewarding, hardest thing we'd ever do.
Hello.
So,
Oh, yeah.
baby, you want to start or you want me to?
So, the first question, how did y'all meet?
Like, who made the first move?
And how long have y'all been together?
Well, we've been together for about 20 years. 19, right?
19.
19 years, but we actually been married for 13. So, we've been together for a long time.
We met in daycare.
A little
Bullshit.
louder, fella.
I mean,
We didn't meet in no damn daycare.
we didn't.
No.
You
We
met
didn't.
at a daycare or in daycare?
She said we met in
We
daycare.
met in
we went to the
daycare.
same daycare, but
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you
I didn't
knew
know
in
her.
daycare that Real was.
Yeah.
the fuck. Listen, y'all don't believe that. That's some bullshit.
No, seriously though. We did. We went to the same daycare. We went to the same elementary, same middle, same high. Then he followed me. So it was a little
Where did he follow
stockish,
you
but, I like the dangerous type of guys. He followed me to Albany. But no,
So y'all went to college together too?
Hell
no.
no.
You were just stalking her.
No. It wasn't like that.
Oh, okay.
Don't make me look like that, dog. No. We actually met, well, we knew each other, but we didn't know each other. But we actually met through my sister, Crystal. So that's really how we just actually connected.
But it was my senior year in high school.
Oh, how old were you, Real?
20.
Okay. How old were you?
17.
Okay. So was it accepted? Like, it wasn't a problem from the jump, or was there a problem?
Oh no, it was not accepted, especially from my mom. My mom was like, "Minors don't date adults." She was like, "He's experienced. You don't know." So we kind of got to know each other, played around with courting for about a year. No. Yeah, for about a year. We wrote notes back and forth.
Well, that's cute.
It wasn't that long.
Well, how long was it?
It was just about your last semester, senior year, something like that. It wasn't about that.
Okay,
About 6 months.
Y'all
About
passing
6
notes
months.
through Crystal?
Yes. So we
Okay.
passing notes, and then my 18th birthday came along. The next day, he asked me to be his girlfriend.
You wrote a note
Nah.
with the box, yes, no, maybe.
No.
No,
Hey,
he actually.
she jumped.
He actually.
Nah, she jumped.
I know. It's okay.
Yes, no, he said y'all passing notes.
No.
Not this
I
time.
manned
Okay.
up.
Not this time. But he did sing a song.
Hey.
What song did he sing?
What song was that?
Shy.
Shy.
Yeah.
Shy.
What
And,
ended?
Yeah.
I don't know the
You
name
know
of
that.
it. What is it?
If I ever fall in
Yeah.
love,
That's the one.
you want to do a little bit of it?
No.
No.
We Gucci.
So, did y'all go on any dates? Like afterwards, or when did y'all actually start?
That's all we were doing with dating.
Yeah.
That's all we did.
Do you remember your first date?
Yeah.
Yep.
What
y'all
was
do?
it? Where was it?
We dated the whole
We
day.
spent the whole day together.
We spent
Breakfast,
the whole
lunch, and dinner.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Where'd y'all go?
We went to Waffle House. We went to Applebee's.
Applebee's.
Went to the movies.
And what Rod were that? ESPN.
Oh, ESPN.
Yeah.
And the Motel 8.
Okay. That's what we did. We was in the hood. Yeah.
So what y'all do between breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
You guess.
Yeah. You said the motel was last. What y'all do before that?
Oh, we didn't do any particular order.
No, okay. Okay.
You
Sounds
know.
fun.
In
Yeah.
between time, in the meantime, we ate. Went back to the. No, I'm just-
Had an encounter with a couple of stairs, but it's all good.
yeah,
It was a fun day.
yeah, we had a good time.
It was a fun day.
Went to the mall, chilled out. Yeah, I'm talking about from the time I picked up to the time I dropped out. We just chilling. Yeah.
Have you ever had a worse date? And not necessarily because of something that happened between you, but just like a date where it was
Everything
like,
went
we
wrong.
just gonna have to try again tomorrow on that one.
Not that
I can't
remember having a word.
If we did, I can't
Bad date.
remember.
Right, you
I
gotta get
remember-
closer to the mic.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember having a bad day. I can remember having moments where we were spending quality time with each other and having some crazy experiences,
Oh, work issues.
like being pulled over by the cops or
That'll count. That counts.
nah, we weren't really pulled over. We was already
Driving.
pulled over.
driving under the influences and stuff. And
Yeah, we had
we
some
had some
moments,
moments.
but I wouldn't necessarily say it was the worst.
It wasn't the worst, yeah.
So-
Interesting, but not the worst.
Do you got something?
Nah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So think back. It's fun to think about like when you guys first got together. I don't know how often you talk about it, but do you remember your first kiss?
Yeah.
Who made the move? Like who did it? Was it mutual?
It was me.
I don't remember.
It was me. Because I knew that Darrell was gonna be my husband.
When was this?
We were in the car outside your mom's house. Outside your mom's apartment.
I don't remember that.
We were in the car and he kept staring at me. I was like, "You want to kiss me? You go ahead. You can kiss me." But before that, I had been telling them, "Listen, I don't want to rush into nothing. Like, let's just keep it. Let's just keep it straight. PG. Let's, you don't have to be extra. We don't have to hug. We don't have to kiss. We don't have to hold hands all the time. We don't have to do that weird stuff. Let's just see where it goes." And he was respectful. We did that for about 3 months till we had our first kiss.
So who's more affectionate now?
Chill. Definitely.
Who's more emotional? And jump in when you can. I know you can't see my questions from
Yeah.
here.
Who's more emotional?
Or who has the worst temper?
Val is passive aggressive, so I take that one. She passive aggressive. She ain't gonna. She the type of person. She's not gonna get upset per se, but you know she mad, but she gonna get mad in a nice way. Me, I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. Just let you know I don't.
So she not blunt. She not gonna tell you what's going on.
Nah. She don't want you to. She don't want to come off as a mean person, and I don't care. I'm the type of person I just don't care.
So how do you deal with the passive aggressiveness?
That's a tough one for us because I want her to be blunt, but then I feel like I'll be changing her, and that's wrong on my part. So I just deal with it. I just learn how to that's who she is, and we just keep it moving. Like at first I used to get upset, but now I don't get upset about it. It's pointless because that's who she is. She been doing this for 19, almost 20 years. So at this point, if you ain't changed yet, you probably not gonna change.
So what? You just wait it out. You
Yeah.
just wait
That's
it
what I
out.
was gonna ask.
That's
Like,
how
what's
I
the
do.
process when you know your wife, so you know when something's bothering her? How do you how do you pull it out of her?
I changed the narrative. Like we'll go to something else. Like we'll try our best to get away from that, and it's gonna come back because all females, they don't forget. So it's gonna come back, but we got to deal with it. We'll deal with it a different way then. So why deal with it? Okay, she upset. I know she upset, and it's making me mad that she upset. Now we both mad. That's pointless. Let's just change this. Let's just move on to something else, and then We can pick it
So
up some other time.
when she's ready to talk about it, you just wait it out.
That's all we can do.
That's not me though. When it comes to the real, if he upset, what's wrong with you? You gonna have to say something.
She very
Let's go ahead and talk about it now.
very antagonistic.
Let's get it
Like,
on with.
she gonna pick until I be like, God damn it, bop, 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 bop. And then you know what I'm saying? Like,
But I'm saying, if you already blunt, then how is that a problem?
because I know my wife. If we deal with it the way I want to deal with it, then it's gonna turn into something. I don't want it to turn into that. Cause I need to calm down. So let me go get my thoughts together, and let's come back and revisit this so we can have a conversation. Cause when you emotional, you can't have a conversation. It's impossible. Cause it's anger there. So we need to come back. Let me think about how to deal with this. Then let's come back and revisit it and have a civil conversation so we can actually get something done. Can't get nothing done when you mad. You mad? She mad? What we gonna get done? Ain't nothing gonna get done.
But it doesn't take long. Once we get our thoughts together.
Yeah, that's true.
One thing we've agreed upon a long time ago was, you state your piece, I'm gonna state my piece, and I'm gonna respect what you're saying, you can respect what I'm saying, and we're gonna move forward.
Respectfully, to agree to disagree.
Right. And so once we get past that point, it's like, okay, what you want for dinner?
That's it. We really move on. Like, we don't carry stuff over. Like, just like that, we done with it. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's no point in staying mad. Like,
Is it a reason behind that way of handling it? Or is that just what works for y'all?
well, I'm gonna speak for myself, and I'll let her speak for herself. For me, I just know we got somewhere we gotta go, and staying here, and we can deal with this, but the emotion part of it is gonna have us dealing with it in a way that ain't gonna be effective to where we trying to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta go. We gotta get here. So staying here being mad, it ain't nothing but like a roadblock. So let's just deal with this at another time when both of us not in our emotions, and then we can keep on going about our journey. That's the reason why I choose not to get into that. But I pick and choose my battles. If it's something that I really if it's something that I feel like it's gonna hinder us from getting to where we're trying to go, then I'm gonna fight that. Right then and there, we're not gonna wait. We're not gonna hold on to nothing. But if it's something I feel like that's small, we could deal with that when we, when we get it together. So
Let's change directions real quick because you guys have been together 20 years. And I roll you're 40, right? So, and it's like a two-part question. First thing that I want you both to answer is, how has your partner changed in the last 20 years? Because we're not the same. I'm not the same person I was at 20. You know what I mean? So what growth or what changes have you seen or that has developed in your spouse? And then I'll tell y'all part two after that.
Oh, you want her to answer me?
Both.
Oh.
Like, what have you seen in Fallon that has changed? Because you guys have basically grown from teenagers to adults. So
I just think we both matured.
Well, no, her specifically. She'll tell us about you.
Okay, well, she's matured. Like, when we first got into this relationship, we didn't know. We didn't have no clue about each other. You know what I'm saying? We just know that this was the person that we were going to go on the journey with. But we didn't actually know how to deal with each other. But once we started to understand that I can't make you the person that I want you to be. I gotta change. The only person that can change is me, not her. So once I understood that, and that's why things don't bother me like they used to bother me. I understood I can't change her, so I just got to change how I respond, and that's how the growth. But it ain't really. I seen her go from. She's really the same person. It's just now my eyes starting to see it. I don't see a big change in her. Physically she changed, but we ain't gonna talk about it. But not in
Wait a minute.
I'm talking about in the,
Oh, this right here.
what is
that?
You know what I'm saying?
From a girl to a woman. That's what we're going to say. From a girl to a woman.
Well, the girls are gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but she didn't never consult with me
so
about
full of
that.
shit.
YouTube. I'm just letting you know she.
Wait a minute.
I'm just saying, but she didn't have to because we weren't married. But you know, but yeah, I mean, like mentally, we just in two different places. Like we were young, we was immature. You know what I'm saying? But now we, you know, we got goals that financially, mentally, you know what I'm saying, emotionally that we trying to reach, and we trying to help each other get there. So back then we didn't have a vision. We were just basically dating and having sex. That's what it was about. Just going around, having sex, getting to know each other. That's what it was. But now, you know, as you grow into the marriage or morph into the marriage, we growed up a little bit. So go ahead.
I agree. I mean, literally, watch Darrell just grow to be a man, become a man. I can remember I was sharing this story with my sister-in-law earlier today. Sorry, that I remember when Darrell turned 24, and me and his other sister had an apartment together, and I was getting food stamps because we was in school, and I took all the little food stamps that I was getting and went to the store and bought him a cake, put a picture on the cake, bought some stuff to put on the grill. And one of the comments that I can remember Darrell making was, I ain't never had a birthday cake with my picture on it. And so, you know, just growing together, that's what I've seen from Darrell, just maturity. Even in his spiritual walk. Like, Darrell is one of those type of guys where I don't know, it's just something about the things that come out of his mouth, stuff that he say. I be like, just write a book. Somebody need to hear it. You know, just put it down on a piece of paper. Like, you know, don't let this get lost just out there. You know, it's something about the things that come out of your mouth that carry some weight. So the rest matured a lot. That's what I've seen.
Are you working on the book?
Still seeing it.
Yeah. Just ain't wrote it down yet.
It's all up here.
That's the worst thing.
And still seeing and still watching him mature as a man. Now as a old man. That's what you got, an old spirit, baby.
Yeah.
So what are some of the? Oh, babe, it's a two-part question. What was the second part?
Oh, the second part was just adapting. Like, how do you adapt when your partner changes? Like, I know when I was 20, I was all into the clubs and wanting to go out every night and, you know, be in the streets. But now I'd rather be at home. But that's a tangible thing. But as far as mentally in my 20s, my mouth was super disrespectful. Like, when I used to date, I was very disrespectful. Like, I could tear them down. You know, as women, we have that power with our words to be able to tear a man down, and I used to do it. So I had to mature, you know. And now I definitely am more patient, and I'm not as I have more tact. Oh yeah, so I had to develop more tact. My relationships weren't going too well, so I realized I had to change me, you know, if I wanted to keep a man. So, because that didn't work.
Yeah, and I think it comes with just what you learn. With us, we had a better learning curve because we pretty much grew up together. When I was 23 when we got married. I think I was like 23 when we got married. So I'm not gonna lie, you know, that first year I was like, what the hell going on? You know, like, okay, we've been together 6 years, but it seemed like this a whole different person.
So when you got married, it changed?
It didn't change. It didn't change. It was, I think it was more of my perspective. It wasn't necessarily.
So who was the
I think
whole
it was
new
both.
person?
I think it was both of our perspectives, because of our background, our upbringing. You know, I came up in a household with both of my parents, so to me, I got a perspective on marriage that Darrell don't have a perspective on because he came up in a household with just a single parent.
What was your perspective on marriage?
So my perspective of marriage is, well, was, long as he come home. Like, it's just the same thing that my mom was taught from her mom. Your man come home at night, you know, you don't probe about anything else. That ain't what I wanted, though. You know, because I'm not saying that my daddy was out there and he stepped out on my mom, but what I'm saying is there were times where I'd be like, okay, he lives with us. He's here, but he's not here. And so that was one of the things when Darrell when we really started talking about possibly getting married, I was like, look, this is not what I want. What I don't want is for you to be more out of the house than in the house. And then I'm raising kids practically by myself, or does it feel like I may be raising kids by myself, or where I'm the more dominant in the household when it comes to making decisions because you out there living your best life.
Growing up, how do you feel that changed your marriage or your look on marriage? Do you think it affected you? Like how you was raised, do you think it affected?
Or how you behaved as a husband?
Absolutely. Because
Give us an example.
when we first got married, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what a husband was. I didn't understand. From my understanding, you bring home the bacon, make sure everything all good. So, from the time I got to with Fallon, it was all about, man, I just got to get us out the hood. I got to figure out how to get us out of here. You know what I'm saying? So money was the motive.
Yeah.
That was the only motive that I had. So once me and her got married, you know what I'm saying? That is a stream of revenue that got cut off, and then I had to focus on that one stream of revenue. So that was like a huge. That was the majority of the arguments that we had was about money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can't do it like this, like we had it before. It ain't like that no more. So that was the biggest thing. But I just didn't know what a husband was. My dad one day, I didn't know what that looked like. So all I can go on is TV or what I seen out there in the world, not knowing that I could create whatever it is that I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have that knowledge then, but now coming through all we went through, the wisdom, shows me something different. You know what I'm saying? So
Fallon, you said, I don't know if you just said it, but you said that first year you were like, whoa, what the hell? And I think a lot of married couples go through that, their first year, whatever that is. I referred to it before as a power struggle. Like your first couple years, it's a power struggle. Because I remember like the first few months after we got married, we argued a lot. And I had to keep telling him, you don't have to talk to me like that. Like, we're on the same team. Like, you're my husband. Like, I respect you. You know what I mean? Like, I had to, because I think sometimes it changes and the man is like, I'm the man of the house, And I'm like, you are the man of the house. You got it. You got it, babe. Like, we don't have to. And do you believe that it's a power struggle? Did y'all deal with that?
For sure. And like I said, I don't think it necessarily was a change. It was just a
those
perspective
of perceptions,
right,
or expectations,
so,
rather.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember. Listen, I don't know how many months we were in, but I was preparing to move the real out and in with Jerry. I was like, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna get your shit. And you're gonna go stay with your cousin because this something ain't right. Because
was it communication?
It was communication. I remember writing down a bunch of scriptures. Back then, I was like, had just found my new relationship with Christ. I was on a super saved tour.
Yeah,
and he was gonna know, and he knew, because I put scriptures around the house. Every time he said something ugly, I was like, the blood of Jesus. The blood of Jesus covers me and it will take you out in the name of Jesus.
Wow.
But I think it didn't really shift, or that mindset that Darrell said, like, when you realize I have my own perspective on this. I can make this what I want it to be. I want to say until maybe about year 5, year 6.
It took that long?
It took that long. But you got to remember, at the same time, both of us got vested families. Like our families are very open. His mom and his sisters are very open. My parents, my sisters, we were very open. So, it was just a vested family. So like if we were going through something, it wasn't a secret that we were going through something. Our family just had to respectfully be like, okay, y'all need to handle that, or y'all need to work that out.
So when y'all had problems in y'all marriage, when y'all first got married, who was the couple, or did y'all have somebody that y'all could go to and talk to, or a mentor?
No.
Well, y'all had somebody, y'all just ain't take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Who?
I mean, it was
We had Uncle Tony, Auntie Brenda, them. We just didn't go to them.
When we first got married, Uncle Tony was standing up here by himself.
By himself. That's what I'm saying. Like we didn't have that. That came on later on in the marriage. But I used to just go to my mama, and then my mama giving me a perspective from a different place. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna. You know what I'm saying? It was just. It's just a different place. I ain't gonna put my mama out there but it's just a different place. So, it when I take it back to her, it was gonna get a different response. Right.
So do you think that it's important for couples to have that mentorship, or have someone else that they could talk to and work things out with?
For sure.
You gotta be careful though.
You do.
Okay.
But
talk about it.
You have to be careful, but at the same time, people have to let go of this mentality that it's not right for Black couples to be counseled. Like
therapy.
It's needed. Like just like your car need a tune up, just like your hair. Women, we like to get our weave straightened back out, retighten. Men, we like to get fresh cuts. Like it needs to be. You have to keep yourself up. It needs to be refreshed and retuned often.
I feel like this is a part of therapy for us. Like.
Yeah.
We also, we'll have, little small problems, and we'll come to y'all sometimes and talk to y'all and run it by y'all. But I think that is very important to have that person.
But you got
that couple.
You got to be careful, though. This is some advice that I'm going to give to you and everybody else. You got to be careful who you put your business out there to.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? If y'all don't come to us with major stuff
or everything.
Come on. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Some things y'all gotta keep sacred between y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you need some, you ain't even gotta really. If you need some advice, you don't even have to go and tell people your business. Just give them an example of what it is, and then say maybe you could try it this way, maybe you try it because our way might not work for y'all. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Because we can only tell y'all from our perspective, but you know what I'm saying. So just be careful of who you putting your business out there to, cause they could using that against y'all and putting y'all out there, and y'all, you know what I'm saying. So just be careful with that.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we ain't run into no problems yet.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're right important. Though. You don't need to tell everybody everything because especially family. Because when you tell family one thing, then they might be mad and you over it, but they still mad.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, that's true. I think, and I can only speak for myself and my experiences and my friends, that women, we have people we can talk to. We have a sister, we have somebody we can talk to, and y'all just probably don't know the half of the stuff that we run by other people to prevent major issues in the house. Everything doesn't have to be a problem. Like sometimes when an issue happens, I'll have to step back and say, am I tripping? Like maybe I'm seeing it wrong. Like let me run this by somebody I trust. And sometimes a lot of times those people are like, yeah, you tripping, Sabrina. Okay, men, this is how men think. So, just step back,
Now you'll get to the point eventually where you're like, you can make those decisions on your own and don't have to run it past nobody. Because there are moments where either things will happen or something is done and I make a decision. I just make an executive decision. Okay, I'm not gonna have this conversation with Darrell. Like, it's not necessary to even bother him with this, or to go into this to can roll into being something else. So sometimes I just make a decision and be like, okay, just not gonna run this past Darrell. You know, we just keep it moving. You know, so I mean, it hasn't come back to bite me in the ass. So it is what it is.
That's good.
What are some of the struggles that y'all had? Like y'all said, that first 1 or 2 years, like what are some of the things y'all had to overcome?
Friendships.
That's deep.
It's deep. It was deep. Because I grew up with a lot of male friends. It's just my environment.
I mean, you went
I-
to college. Any
Well-
person that went to college will have a lot of
Not even
friends.
not even necessarily college. Just growing up as a youth. You know, I grew up with a bunch of sisters. I got all sisters, no brothers. So naturally, you know, my friends who I would gravitate to and who I would consider best friends were males, and they were like my brothers because I didn't have biological brothers. Mm-hmm. But I was just sharing this with my sister-in-law earlier today too. Darrell's perception or his understanding of friendship was just different. That's another way he's grown, because now he has a different view of what friend is. Mm-hmm. But back then, Darrell was strong-minded about male and women being friends. It was impossible. Cannot be friends unless it's a package behind it. It's got to be a package deal. If you're a male and you're a female and y'all are friends, you having sex. Period.
My biggest thing, Oklahoma.
That was the real thing.
My biggest thing, like, what do y'all have in common? Like, what like if I were to sit down with my cousins, cause them like some of the best friends I got, we have real conversations about real life things that men go through.
At 15?
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm talking about now.
No, I'm talking about
He talking about like 20.
I'm talking about these same. It's these same guys that I grew up with.
But my thing
Darrell was like, ain't no friends.
Like what we talk. What
are y'all? What y'all?
What are we doing?
Right.
Like what we talking about? Like, you know. But see, as me and her done became friends, I'm starting to understand.
Oh yeah, because he told me we weren't friends. I was like, this not gonna work. If we're not friends, this not gonna work. But I had to grow to understand what his definition of friends were. In his opinion, the friends that he had at the time weren't loyal. They weren't trustworthy. They weren't good friends. They wasn't good. But instead of him changing his definition of a friend, he just went on with how he saw friends to be. Mm-hmm. And so he was like, no, we're not friends. We go together, but we're not friends. I'm like, if we're not friends, this not gonna work. But as we just kind of grew to understand each other more, we were able to make our own assumptions and make our own definitions of what things meant to us.
I concur.
So what were there any other problems or any other obstacles?
Obstacles that you said, man, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get through this. I know you said the one time you was about to send them packing.
Yes.
Like,
and that was because of a male friend.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes.
That was because of a male friend.
It wasn't really for me. It wasn't about the male friend. It was her not understanding where I was coming from with it. Like, you not understanding me. You know what I'm saying? That was the biggest problem. Like, you couldn't understand why I felt the way I felt. And that was the most frustrating thing. So I felt like, man, hey, it's time for me to get up out of here because she ain't going to understand it. And I know I could see what's going to happen or the potential of what could happen. That's all I want you to get. I ain't saying you couldn't be another male's friend. You know, I ain't no jealous type. I don't care nothing about that. But
it had to be insecurity though.
But it was. I ain't gonna even sit up here in front, but it was definitely insecurity. But I wasn't the type of person to be like, why you looking at my girl? And nah, I ain't into that. You know what I'm saying?
But you thought the male friend had a motive.
No.
I feel like over time it could turn into something.
And that's what he was
what I'm
basing it
saying?
off of. His future prediction.
That hasn't even
Forecast.
a hypothetical.
What could possibly
a
happen.
hypothetical
Right,
situation.
because they know a real true friend, they know everything about you. Like for real. Just like I said, you got to be careful of what you who you say and what you say it to, because they can use that against you.
So, question: was the friend there before the marriage? Like,
Yeah.
so then why was it a problem after the marriage?
You knew about the friend before the marriage.
Yeah, but my
Oh,
thing
he
was,
knew the friend before I knew the friend.
But my thing was no.
No, well, how you
It
really
wasn't
feel
that
about
part,
it?
but it was like me and her would be together for the 2 or 3 years, and she would come up and say, "That's my best friend." But we've been together 2 years. I ain't never seen this dude before. How that's your best friend? Like what the fuck we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't met this person first quarter. Come on, that's your friend. Get the hell out of here. That's wrong with it. Nah, come on, man. That's your best friend. Nigga, me and you been together every day for 3 years. I ain't never met this dude. And that's your best friend? Come on,
But
man.
I'm sure she talked to him a lot, right?
No.
He heard their name. He heard their name.
I heard that name.
He heard their name.
I ain't hear no phone call from nobody. Come on, man.
Because I am a woman of respect. If I'm with my man, why would I be on the phone with another man? Period. That's just it. But other than that, what's some other struggles?
Wait, it's funny that y'all bring up the friend though, because when me and Jerry first started dating, I asked about that, and I said, you know, I have 2 friends that I've known like this amount of time. It ain't never been nothing sexual, like no attraction, that like friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him about them. Like we can call them, you can meet them.
Babe.
Oh yeah. So I remember telling him when we first met, like, these are my friends. There's nothing there. If you want to meet them, you can. You know. And I asked him if he had any female friends, and he felt like the real, like, no. Well, he said he had some, but I guess that he had to cut that out from a previous relationship because the partner then was like, hell no.
Mm-hmm.
So he ain't really believe in it. But I had to say, like, look, this is
These are my friends.
right.
But I'm
and
saying
there's
it's
nothing,
easier to accept when
it's
you
put
start
out.
out.
Front. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like if you fight that, then
Like,
you
ain't
really
no
got
new
problems.
friends. Don't come talking about you. Man, you got a new friend. Who the hell? No new friends. But I
Everybody
think-
is new friends to do it, so it don't even matter.
Here's my thing. I think that there's only a few situations where you will have friends of the opposite sex. Like y'all grew up together, y'all went to college together, high school together, something. Like there's some type of tie. Not just somebody you met, your coworker, and now y'all hanging out and going to lunch, and this your work husband and stuff. Like, yeah, I don't believe in that.
No,
Ain't no new friends up in this piece.
listen. Period. I had a friend that called me the other day, and I couldn't. I didn't even look over at Darrell to gauge, you know, what he was thinking or what he was possibly saying or whatever, the face he was making. But when I answered the phone, I addressed him as brother. And when I hung up the phone
damn.
call, yeah.
Come on, you tripping.
Because he
man.
said he wanted to come over, and when I hung up the phone call, I was like, Darrell, Delvin coming to see us next week, you know, blase or whatever. But these are half of these people Darrell has seen, he has met.
I knew them.
He know
I
these
knew them.
people, but Darrell just like ain't no friends, no, ain't no new friends. Like, but now I'm sure his perspective is different.
Definitely.
Because
Back then, I was thinking, you know, they were trying to get that wife or my girl. But now, man, at this point, if you're going to go out there and do something, you're going to do something whether I act stupid or not. So why go through that? Like, at this point, 20 years in, either you going to do it or you not. And it's on you. It's your choice. So why am I going to act all crazy? So you ain't got to do that. You ain't got to be like, well, come on, man. I thought we were past that. We ain't past that
we
yet.
passed that.
Say we gotta do some work. We gotta put in some more work.
One of my Facebook friends a long time ago said something talking about dating and how when you're dating, women used to stress about, well, you know, he's not calling, he's not doing this. And he was like, hey, whoever you talking about, they're where they want to be. And that stuck with me forever. Like, and then, you know, me and Jerry, like, if he wanted to be with somebody else, he would be with that person. Like, he's where he want to be. I'm where I want to be. Like what you said. If you want to do something, that's what you were going to do. So,
It ain't
I
nothing
really
gonna
know.
stop a
Yeah,
person
exactly.
that want to do what they want to do. It's
Right.
nothing you can do.
Right.
And you can't stop that. If Jerry if I'm going to go out there and be with another female, I'm gonna find a way to do it.
Right.
So it is what it is. So why stress yourself out before something even happened? And
Right.
you not knowing that it happened. Like that don't make sense.
And because it's so common in the world for people to just, it's so common for marriages to go 10, 15, 20 years, and then people are like, oh, we decided we better off as friends. And I'm like, how? What happened? It was just that easy? Me and Darrell we've agreed to have open dialogue with each other. So when we hear things like that, or things come up, or we're watching a movie and something happen where, you know, there's cheating or infidelity or whatever, you know, we be like, listen, don't do me like that, bruh. Let me know how you feel. Like, if this ain't what you want no more, let's talk about it.
Give me the choice.
Let me,
Don't take away my choice.
Like, don't hurt me. Don't hurt my feelings. Don't, you know, I wouldn't put you out there like that. I wouldn't hurt you like that. So, because we just, I mean, we're one, period. And that's just how we move. We just move as one. So, what hurts him hurts me. So, I'm not going to hurt myself. You know, that's just how I see things. I'm not going to hurt myself. So, why would I do something that will hurt him? So,
That's good. Another marriage show that we like to listen to is The Love Hour. We listened to it yesterday. And you saying people go 15, 20 years and then call it quits. Remember how they were interviewing the sister-in-law? And she made a statement about running out of patience. So we know that marriage takes a lot of effort and a whole lot of patience. You know, but when people get a divorce, it's because their patience ran out. Like
agree.
they decided, I'm tired. I don't have any more patience to deal with this.
This how I look
That
at
was good though, wasn't that?
Yeah,
deep?
that was deep.
good.
This how I look at marriage. Marriage is a choice. It's a person that you choose to go on the journey with. And the only way you go on the journey is that you got to have an end result. You got to have somewhere y'all going. So you saying you telling that other person, you the person that I choose to go from here to here with. And the reason why things, I feel like, and this is just my opinion, so this is just how I feel about it. So if y'all going in this direction, but y'all supposed to be going together, hold on, this person say, hold on, okay, well, maybe I want to go this way, but y'all still going this way. So at some point, that person will be like, hold on, now I'm gonna see if he'll come back, and so we can go back on the track we was going on. But like that person said, they just got tired of waiting. Like, we going in two different directions. We might make it to the same spot, but the journey is two different directions. So that's how I see marriage. Like Tina Turner said, what love got to do with it? I didn't understand what that meant because I thought love was everything. But when it comes to marriage, love don't have nothing to do with marriage. It's a journey. It's all about going from here to here. You get what I'm saying? With this person. You get what I'm saying? Now, when it's all said and done, I might be, okay, I love my mama, but my mama ain't the person that I choose to go on a journey with.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's what I mean when I say love don't have nothing to do with it. I don't want you to take that out of context. Nobody to take that out of context. But we got goals that we trying to reach. You get what I'm saying? And we saying this is the path we're gonna take to reach these goals. You get what I'm saying? Now, other women and drinking and doing drugs wasn't in the agreement.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Now, you got a choice. You got to say, okay, am I going to deal with this or I can't deal with this? So now you got to make that decision.
Right.
But you agreed to deal with it before you even much took the journey. You said, for better or for worse, I'm going to go on this journey with this person. So that's why you got to be careful on who you choose to go on the journey with.
I'm telling you, because and literally our relationship has literally been a journey, because when we first got together, Darrell was doing things that wasn't my lifestyle. He had a whole totally different lifestyle. So what helped us was separation, because I went off to college, so I was gone. Maybe about 2 years before Darrell. This is when he started stalking me. Before he came and moved into my apartment.
Oh, you moved to Albany?
You call it stalking? Hey, that what you want to call
I'm
it?
glad he stalked me.
It's just her perspective.
So before you said y'all had problems with financial, and the two leading things in divorce is like finances and cheating. Mm-hmm. So like, what do you think helped y'all get past the financial problem? Like, what steps?
Who's the saver and who's the spender?
That's what we had to find out.
That was the problem.
That's what we had to realize. We just had to fall into our lanes. We had to fall into our prospective roles, and we had to sit down and say, okay,
what was that? Like who's good with the numbers?
Darrell's good with the numbers. I like to spend. My thing is, tell me, what can I spend?
And my answer was nothing. We don't have nothing. So the only way you can get that, you need to bring something else need to come into this pot in order for you to be that person. So that, but I couldn't explain that back then. I didn't know how to communicate that with her.
So was it a lot of like struggles, like bumping heads, or
it was an ego thing with me because I was used to making it. Right. So I felt like, shit, what I'm
so
do?
Was it a lifestyle change, or it was how y'all structured the finances?
It was a whole lifestyle change.
It was definitely a lifestyle change, and it definitely was a restructuring of how we did our finances. Right. Because when we first got married, I was working for a school system, and my end of the year W-2s was like $17,000 for the year. That ain't nothing. And the year that we got married, Darrell quit his job. And so I'm like, okay, where we going here? And He quit all his jobs.
He quit all his jobs.
He said he quit all his jobs. Who knows? Who knows when he quit all them jobs? But anywho, what it was like 2 years later, here we are we got our own place, and I'm bringing home $17,000 a year, and 2 years later we go through a major recession in the country, and here he is again, quitting his job. I'm like, what the hell? What are we supposed to be doing? And I will say, Darrell has not been employed with a company and receiving a W-2 from a company since 2008.
I get it.
So just imagine, Darrell, he's been to school, he started businesses, all of this between 2008 and 2015. 2008 and 2015. And my particular finances or my annual salary didn't make a hell of a bean of a difference until 2013, when I finally was like, okay, I'm hitting a ceiling with this job. It's not going anywhere, so I got to find something else. And it wasn't until 2013, really, where
double, triple, almost.
Yeah, where we were really able to breathe from the finances. Mm-hmm. Well, hell, by that time, we were living in those expensive ass Norcross. But the benefits was we didn't have to spend a lot in gas because I was close to work. And Darrell was close to where he needed to go. So it's been a journey. I mean, the finances have... Listen.
One thing I learned this from Uncle Tony. Uncle Tony told me, he said, Real, you handle the finances. He said, you actually have to show her. You actually have to put it down on paper. You can't keep everything in your head, because I I had number zero in my head. Like, okay, I gotta pay this. I know exactly how much everything costs, how much we bringing in, everything. But once I put it down on paper and I was able to show her, and she come to me and say, I want to go here. How much that's gonna cost? It's gonna cost $200. Okay, well this is how much we got coming in. This is how much going out. One of these gonna have to suffer in order for them to make this happen. So you choose which one. Whichever one you choose, then we're gonna live with that decision to make this happen. And we've been doing that ever since, and it works.
So how long did that take?
Hell,
How long did it take for y'all to figure that out? Or that's what I'm asking.
well, probably about 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So the finances always been a struggle with us. Like, it always been a struggle until about 5 years.
Yeah. And now we're back to the power struggle.
Wait,
The
what
marriage
year
started
is it
off with
now?
the power struggle. Now we back. This is year
13?
13. Now we back to a power struggle because both of us we're now bosses. So we you know
It can't be two bosses.
can't be two bosses.
Shit don't work. Somebody got to drive this car.
So now most of our arguments be, you not the boss of me.
No, what it is, we work a business together, but somebody got to take the back seat. So at some point, I just figured out, I'll take the back seat. You got it. Let's ride. Because at the end of the day, you both want to get to this point. That's the goal. So for me, you got it. You can run it. Because I just want to get there. That's my goal. Mm-hmm. No matter how we get there, if I got to push you to get there, as long as we get there, I'm cool.
So let's ask a couple fun questions to liven it up a little bit. Who is the most stubborn?
Fallon.
Darrell.
Kim,
Fallon.
who's the most stubborn?
Fallon.
Tell the truth, sister.
Who's the most stubborn out of Rel and Fallon?
Fallon hold on to stuff forever. Fallon hold on to stuff forever. Me, I could be like, why your key on my phone? And she'll never forget that. Me, once it's gone, I'm done with it.
Wait a minute. Give me an example. Like
Well,
that.
I'm just saying, like, if you want me to move this key, and I don't move this key when you want me to move this key, we ain't gonna forget this for 2 or 3 months.
Is
Me,
this about the popcorn?
I'm not gonna work.
Oh my God.
I'm not.
What's the popcorn story? What happened with the popcorn?
I said, babe, I'm going to the store to get some popcorn.
I was in the shower.
You was out the shower, but anyway, babe, I'm going to the store to get some popcorn. Okay, I see you when you get back. Went to the store. She sent me a text while I'm in the store. Phone in the car. So I done went and bought me some popcorn.
Mind you, Darrell be on his phone 24/7.
But I done went in the store and got
get it.
At this point, I wasn't on the phone. So this was 23/7.
23.
So I done went and got the popcorn, came back, sat in the parking lot, ate my popcorn, watched a little of The Wire, came in the house,
Watch The Wire on his phone that I text him on.
came in
See
the
the
house,
icon at the top. I know.
didn't see it. Came in the house, laid down, where my popcorn at? Huh? I text you. Oh, you sure did. You want me to go back and get it? Nah, I'm good. So we land in the bed. All I hear is, you should have went and got me some popcorn. Cause I heard it 4 times. After the 4th time, it was 12 o'clock midnight. I jumped out of bed, went to the store, got her some popcorn.
Ooh.
And
Hey.
I
I pick and choose my battle. That was one I wanted to lose.
tell him how sarcastic you was about it.
What I
He came and set the popcorn beside the bed. He was like, got you some popcorn.
Come on, man.
But who helped me eat that popcorn though?
This guy.
That's hilarious. So who's the funniest? We know you guys. You think Rel's the funniest?
Darrell is the funniest.
I think we'll tie. Cause you get a little bit of that oil in you. You ready? You
What
lied.
you think, babe? I think it's a tie too, because Fallon is funny as hell.
You lied.
Darrell is the funniest. Kim, who's the funniest?
Fallon is hilarious.
Listen, now I'm truthful.
The truth is funny though.
Sometimes it's funny.
Truth is
Yeah,
definitely
it is.
funny.
You know, because you can't tell me that, you can't tell me that the breakdown of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and give me an example. You can't say this is the Father and this is the Spirit and this is the Son,
That's the
and
Son.
don't expect me to react. And you talking about this is the
This
Son.
is the sun.
Give me the Son.
Give me the sun.
Just listen, breathe life, buddy.
This is the physical. This is the physical part of this
That's
thing.
hilarious. So who would be the first to apologize when they're wrong?
Oh, that's
The
me all
real?
day. My wife don't apologize ever.
I
I
do.
count on one hand how many times she don't apologize to me
I
about
always
anything.
apologize.
Never. Don't believe that. You two do not believe that.
I always apologize. Listen, that I always apologize. It's Darrell don't want to receive it, so he hears what he wants to hear.
I disagree.
I object.
And I purposely apologize. It's genuine, but I purposely does it because he always say, "I always got to be the first one to apologize." So I'll come out first and I'll say it.
So
He
you
don't
won't be
hear
the
it.
first one.
He don't hear it.
You see what I'm going through?
He don't hear it.
So before we wrap it up, let's talk about your business.
Oh wait, before the business, we could do that. We could do that at the end, right? What?
We trying to wrap it up, baby.
I know, but I need them to speak to the people.
Go ahead.
Like, what do you think is the key to a lasting marriage?
Do you want to go first?
I think the key to a lasting marriage is just being open to growing with that person, being open to that growth. With growth come change. So being okay with that person changing and evolving and adapting to that change and the evolution of whatever that person is supposed to be. It's all part of the package. It's all a part of the journey and who that person is supposed to be. You got to remember that you are one, and that long as you keep that in the forefront, that you are one person, you and him together, or you and her together are one person, that what hurts him hurts you, or what hurts you hurts them. There shouldn't really be any major issues there.
So, Real, how do you think being married has made a difference in your life? Like, what do you think your life would be like if you weren't married?
Oh man, I always tell her I'd probably be locked up in jail.
Working that other job.
Working at a goddamn job.
That other job, I said.
That other job.
I know what I would be if I wasn't married.
What?
I would be a hoe. Listen, listen. If Darrell leaves me, I'm talking about like to death do us part. It leave me. I don't think I'm ever get married again.
No,
Never.
I'm done.
But I am gonna have fun. I might never make that commitment again, but it's worth it though. I got a good partner.
You gotta pick. I'm gonna share with you my key of marriage. Picking the right person. I ain't gonna necessarily say the right person, but as long as y'all got the same goal, long as y'all, the journey, you don't know what to expect on the journey, so you can't predict the journey. There's gonna be ups and downs, hills, valleys, all that. But as long as y'all know where y'all trying to go, as long as y'all understand where y'all trying to go, you got to pick somebody that knowing where they going and who they are and where they trying to go. Because if you don't know that, then y'all gonna go in different directions and it ain't gonna work. It'll never work.
Bottom line, you gotta have a vision for your family.
Got to have one. Got to.
So now, you want to talk about the business?
Oh, go
This
ahead.
wonderful shirt.
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen. if you don't mind, go to www.lotoftees.com and go and play around on the design studios and have a good time and send us your ideas of shirt designs that you guys have or whatever it is that you thinking about putting on a shirt. Whatever you thinking about putting on a shirt, and maybe we can put it on the store and sell it for you guys. So go to www.lotoftees.com.
Lot, not lots.
Yeah, I'm gonna spell that for you. LOTOFTEES. Again, that's
www.
3 W's.lotoftees.com. 3 W's.LOTOF.
Follow them on social media, Instagram and Facebook.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Lot of Tees.
I'm pretty sure you guys got some great ideas to put on the shirt. So please, send them
Quick
to
turnaround, great service.
Very quick turnaround. They might not think it right now, but it's quick.
Jerry ain't saying nothing.
He's smothered right here. Hey, blame Trump.
Well, thanks. That's been
thank you guys.
Another episode of
Learn and Love Together. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to The Faux Show. THE, the number 4, SHO. Subscribe to The Faux Show so you can catch up on all the episodes of Learn and Love Together. And like us on Instagram and Facebook. The Faux Show. Learn and Love Together. Thank you to the Sanders.
That was fake.